All right, so this is Paper Trails, this is our video pitch 3. My name's Caden, and Travis, Avery, and Tamer will be presenting their parts a little later in this video. So I'm going to be talking about the Lean Business Canvas model that we created. So the problem was students are increasingly relying on AI for assignments. For teachers, they struggle to detect whether students are using AI or not, and it's hard for plagiarism to be detected with the very inconsistency websites are used. And teachers spend way too much extra time grading, and parents have limited visibility into whether their students are actually learning. So the solution is we came up with the idea of Paper Trail, which is an app that is built in screen recording while writing documents. It records automatically when you open and close the app. So when you open the app, it'll record, and when you close, it'll stop. And it prevents copy and paste AI, which helps the student learn a lot more. So some key metrics, number of active student users, number of schools adopting the platform, teacher engagement, and reduction cheating. So cost structure. So some of the costs will be app development and maintenance, cloud storage for recordings for every video that is with the document, security and privacy protection systems, marketing outreach, and server and infrastructure cost. So our unique value proposition is proof of real work in an AI-driven world. So some of our channels are school and university partnerships, app stores, so downloading an app, uh, direct outreach to educators, school districts, and social media marketing students and teachers. So some of our revenue streams will be free basic version for students. And then if you want to get the premium, it has features for schools, institutions, and it's our subscription model.
Hi, I'm Travis Gilmer, and this is the business model diagram and revenue model. So, the way we operate is through a subscription based revenue model. So, institutions, professors, or students and individuals can pay us, and we directly give them access to our licensing software. And this happens through continued payments from the institution or persons, and we directly give them the licensing so they can use our software. The institutional subscription, so there's multiple subscriptions, but they all follow the same um, kind of way of working. So they can either pay for per student, per course, or school wide, depending on what they're trying to do, but it's all through the same subscription based. There's just different levels to it. So this is obviously a super simple subscription model, but it works well for us because there's not any other transactions that's really going on besides just institution or persons straight to paper trail. And then obviously the monetary funds comes from those people paying paper trail for that subscription. And then customers pay for continued access to the platform. So there's of course continuous payments being made to have the licensing that we're offering. So that keeps customers interested and keeps recurring payments coming in. And yeah, this is the business model diagram and revenue model. And thank you.
Hello. So for my part, I'm covering the critical assumptions behind paper trail. These are basically the things we're assuming are true about our customers before we build anything. So our riskiest assumption is that professors care enough about writing transparency to actually adopt a new tool. If that's wrong, the whole idea falls apart. So it's the one we're testing the most directly. We're also assuming that students want a way to prove their work is authentic, especially with how often people get accused of writing using AI when they didn't. Another assumption is that tracking keystrokes and paste actions will be seen as helpful and fair, not as invasive or uncomfortable. And we're also assuming that schools are open to adopting a new academic integrity tools and that email signups are a good indicator of real demand. And all of these assumptions shape what we built for our MVP and what we're measuring in our validation process.
So for our budget and our financial projections, so our approach was giving ourselves around 3 months time in the development phase of the software, and then launching in the fourth month. Uh, so our initial investment. So since we launched in the fourth month due to the development stage, we would be losing and being at a low cash position at around negative 39,000, which would be in month nine. And then revenue growth, at the start, our user adoption is pretty slow, but it starts to pick up and accelerate with more and more institutions using the platform through word of mouth and just scaling. So cash flow, positive monthly cash flow starts in the 10th month, uh, and then we break even in month 17. And so our cost behavior and customer acquisition. So our costs increase slowly while our customer acquisition costs decrease as we scale more and more. And for our overall growth pattern, it's a non-linear growth with early losses as mentioned before, but then scaling as a SaaS format with our subscription based, and as more and more users and institutions start to subscribe to our platform and start using our platform along with the word of mouth through different institutions, then we start to see a much better and higher cash position. Yeah.